What's up everyone, I'm Brad. Welcome to the Money Dad channel. In this video we are talking about a Tesla stock price prediction video that I made 3 weeks ago that ended up just hitting the nail on the head for a price target. So I want to go over that and dive into how I made that price target and why it played out. And then I want to take this opportunity to go over probabilities for chart patterns because they're not 100%, so I want to clear some things up there. And then I'm also going to go into some analysis on the current Tesla stock price chart and give us a new target price because we have new information. It's been 3 weeks since that last video, so we have more squigglies on the chart to look at, so maybe we can get a new price target there. Alright, so let's jump into that video that I made 3 weeks ago. Okay, so we're at the Money Dad channel. We scroll down to this first row called charts. We're going to go to the next page on it because this video is 3 weeks old now. We're going to click on this one that says Tesla stock price prediction, and it's going to pull up this video. So I'm going to jump all the way into about 5 minutes into the video because I just want to cut right to the chase. I want to show you guys the part where I said this is the price target that we're shooting for. I'm going to blow it up, put it on the big screen for you, and let's get into it. We come out to 436, we add our 208 points of upside, and we get our target of, boom, $645. Okay, so you can see in that video, I said 3 weeks ago that Tesla was probably going to go to $645. And if you take a look at the stock price that Tesla is trading at today, we are at 642. And earlier today, we hit a high of 648. So that price prediction, that price target came true. We nailed it. And that was because of that pattern that I was talking about in that video. I will link that video in the description below this one if you want to go back and watch it. But basically I was talking about a bull pennant pattern which played out perfectly. I was saying in the video, this might not happen. So I wanted to take this opportunity to say these chart patterns don't play out perfectly every single time. In fact, they often don't. But they do more often than not. When we're looking at the ones that are most successful, and those are the ones that I make videos about, bull flags and head and shoulders and cup and handles and bull pennants. Actually, the bull pennant is on the lower end of that success rate. It still happens more often than not, but all of those other chart patterns that I just mentioned right there are actually more successful. They happen more often than the bull pennant. And the bull pennant is the chart pattern that I charted for Tesla, and it ended up coming true. So even though this prediction came true, there was a decent chance that it was not going to. So I don't want to make this video and say, I knew this was going to happen. It was a probability play that happened to work out. So these chart patterns are not always going to play out exactly how you want them to, and that's why you got to watch for the confirmation. You got to watch for when they break out right at the end of the chart pattern, and then set your buy price and your stop loss and set your target and things like that. And even then, it's not going to be 100% probability. So I wanted to get that out there just to kind of clear up some things. I've been seeing some comments on some of my videos saying, why didn't this happen, or things like that. So I wanted to get that out there and say, look, none of this stuff is 100%. We play with probabilities here, and more often than not, if these chart patterns set up properly, they hit those target prices more often than not. Okay, so now that I've talked about probability, I know nobody came here to hear about chart pattern probabilities, but let's get into the stuff that you guys are probably here for, and that is my updated price target for Tesla. So let's take a look at this chart. We had that run up right here that confirmed the target that we set for it. Now let's zoom in a little bit because at first glance, there's not a whole lot going on here that we can make a new price target on. However, if we jump down into the hourly candlesticks, right now we're on the daily, I'm going to jump into the hourlies. And if you zoom in on, this is our breakout, right? We got all the way up to that target price. And if you look at this action right here, we've got these little tiny squigglies, and I see a little tiny bull flag. and let me show you what I mean here. We're going to chart out the support at the bottom of these two red candlesticks. We're going to clone that bar, and you put it up at the top, and you've got a little tiny bull flag. And this is significant because, I was just talking about probabilities. Bull flags have a much higher probability of hitting their price target than a bull pennant does. And remember, the bull pennant is the chart pattern that we charted out 3 weeks ago, and Tesla hit that target price. Now that was a lower probability than what we have here, a bull flag, which is a much higher probability of happening. So we have a bull flag, little tiny guy. So how do we find the price target on a bull flag? Well, that's easy. It's the same as a bull pennant. You take the flagpole, you copy it, or clone it, whatever, and you start it. Actually, you start it at the bottom of the support where the last wave inside the bull flag started. So we started it right there, right at the bottom of that last wave. So we've got our clone flagpole. We set it right at the bottom of that support in the bull flag where the wave started. It tracks all the way out above where we're at now, and it goes up to $738. So is that our new price target, $738? Wait, don't stop there. Actually, look at this. We have some retracements right here along this flagpole. So if you were to be more conservative with this, you could make the case that this flagpole doesn't actually start until right about here. It's a much smaller flagpole, which means it's a much smaller run up after the breakout, right? So we got to delete this flagpole. 738, sorry, no, I don't think that's going to happen actually. Let's clone this smaller flagpole, start it where our wave started like we did before, and look at that. We are right there, actually, right around where Tesla is trading at right now. This flagpole ends at $656. Tesla is currently trading at $644, so we are very close to where this bull flag is projecting the price action to go. So there's not a whole lot of upside on Tesla from this chart pattern. That doesn't mean there's not a whole lot of upside for Tesla. That means that this chart pattern has almost played out entirely. So we need to wait a little bit more. Get some more information, get some more squigglies on the chart, and then we can reassess and hopefully find another chart pattern to help us figure out where this stock is going. Now, don't forget, Tesla is being added to the S&P 500 very soon, and that could have some significant effects on the stock price, and really a chart pattern can't predict real-world events like that. For example, this past March when we had a worldwide pandemic, right? You just can't predict stuff like that with chart patterns. That throws chart patterns out of whack, and it starts to create new chart patterns, but you can't predict that kind of stuff with a chart pattern. So when Tesla gets added to the S&P 500, then we're going to have a whole new ball game there. We're going to have to see what happens with the chart at that time, and we can reassess then. So for now, unfortunately, this price target is just not as spicy as the last one. We're kind of almost there already, right? I've got 656 as a price target on Tesla right now, and we're currently trading at 644. So maybe $12 of upside, but I mean, we're basically there. I wouldn't really think anything much of it. That's basically a rounding error at this point. So that's all I've got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, if you got some value out of it, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you there and in the next video. Thanks, guys.